Now there's definitely no shortage of great travel gear videos on YouTube, but one thing that I noticed is a lot of creators focus on the best backpacks for travel, the best tech, the best packing cubes, power bricks, chargers, you name it. You've seen a lot of the same and similar travel gear videos throughout YouTube. And then rather than recreate another one of those videos here on this channel, I took a look at the stuff that I travel with and the stuff that I use, and I found 6 different items that I feel really help me and help the way that I travel, and they might help you as well. But also, maybe you see something that I'm carrying and you've got a better solution to, so make this kind of like a conversation as well. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the 6 uncommon travel items that I found in my gear that don't get a lot of coverage on YouTube, but I think that they're worth carrying. Now, full disclosure, some of these items were sent out to me to test and review, and I'll let you know which ones exactly when we get to those items in the video. And of course, if you want to support the channel, some of the links down below are going to be affiliate links. Now, with all that being said, let's unpack the details of the 6 uncommon travel items that I carry. What's up, friends? I'm John and this is Unpack'd. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. Now I've got my blue board out here so we can get into these items straight away in the overhead cam. So without further ado, let's talk about one item that I don't see a lot of travel content creators talk about, and it's gonna be this guy right here. These are the packable travel hats from Getaway. Now, a little fun fact about me, I know you see me wear a hat in every single one of these videos, but I actually own close to like 60 New Era hats. I do love me a New Era hat. The 5950s, those are my go-to, and have so many hats. So of course, naturally, when I travel, I do take a hat. And I do not like to bring those very stiff, very heavy, very hot 5950 New Eras. So these packable travel hats have come in handy. Now, Getaway did send me these hats about 3 months ago for me to test and review, and I've got a lot of things to say about it. So let's hop over into the overhead cam. Now, Getaway is a hat company right out of Philly, and their goal was to create the perfect packable hat. And I think they have achieved it here. Now, I have several different models for you, and to be honest, Getaway has lots of different, I think they have like 6 or 7 different model hats here. I have the Bali bucket, I've got the Bronco structured, semi-structured, and I've got a Scout unstructured hat. Now, all of these are gonna share a lot of the similar properties. They're all gonna have that Ultrasuede band on the inside. So it's microbial, antimicrobial, so it's not gonna stink. It's odor resistant. These hats are stain resistant, and like this unstructured one here, you can literally crumple up this hat, stick it into your pocket, stick it into your day bag. It's gonna be wrinkle free. It's gonna be crease resistant. I mean, these hats are really phenomenal. Now, I did travel with these 2 hats right here, but believe it or not, the most used hat that I use is actually the Bali bucket hat right here. And the reason this is my favorite hat and the one that I use the most is because I've been using this for my lawn care. It is hot in South Texas. It gets extremely hot. And this Bali bucket has breathable mesh on each side of the hat. It has a durable water resistance coating on it. It's also PFC free. So these hats are gonna be free of all those nasty chemicals. But the thing that I love the most about these hats, besides being totally crushable and packable, is the fact that they're literally machine washable. So I can just toss them in the machine. So when I'm doing my yard work, protecting myself from the heat and the sun, I can easily throw this in the wash and wash away all that sweat and dust and grime and grass and everything else from it. So if you're gonna do any outdoor activity, if you're gonna do any beach activity with a lot of sun, I definitely recommend the Bali bucket here. And then these 2 hats are just gonna be great for any scenario. Like I mentioned, they have some that are fully unstructured, so easily packable. And then if you want a little bit of structure, they have some semi-structured ones, and that's the one I'm wearing for you here in today's video. They've got a hat that's pretty much gonna fit anybody's aesthetic and anybody's vibe. So definitely check out the website and check out all their options. Now, these hats do vary in price, for something like $42 for the unstructured, around $55 for the semi-structured, all the way up to $75 for like the Bali bucket. Now, that is a premium price hat. They run the same price as some of the New Eras that I mentioned, but their versatility and their features are definitely gonna be worth the investment, especially if you're traveling. Now, if you wanted to hang your hat onto your pack, you can easily do so because the back band is fully adjustable and it has a buckle mechanism that you can easily clip it to anything, clip it to your day bag. Really versatile in that aspect. And I can tell you, I've worn these hats for hours on end, and these buckles, you're not gonna feel them. They don't dig into your scalp. You really don't know that they're there. And this Ultrasuede band on the inside is super soft. It's gonna help keep that sweat out of your eyes. I mean, just overall, the build qualities and materials they're using on these is phenomenal. Now, I know that they're marketed primarily for travel, but these actually just make great hats in general. Now, these two are fully adjustable, but the body is also fully adjustable as well. You can cinch it tighter. Now, these hats should fit most because of their adjustability. Again, you have that chin strap here on the body bucket so it doesn't fly away from you if you catch some wind. I mean, these are all great options for travel to keep the sun off your head. Definitely take a look at these hats if you're in the market for a good travel hat. And just to show you how easy it is if you're traveling with like a travel backpack like this. I mean, these hats just literally just fold down, and this is the water bottle pocket. You can stuff the hat in there, and it doesn't matter which one you get, these smaller unstructured hats, or if you pick up the larger Bali bucket hat, they all fit the same and they're all packable. And that's the biggest thing for me, is that they're easily packable, but also, like I mentioned, just being machine washable. Just a great feature because I am a little bit of a sweater, especially when I'm doing yard work. So being able to toss these into the washer and have them come out without any creases and without any wrinkles, and know that they'll be, once they dry, they're fully ready to go again. So they do run sales, so you can probably catch them at a discount. But again, if you're looking for a packable travel hat solution, definitely these Getaway hats out of Philly are definitely worth your consideration. Now, this next item on my list is something that I've traveled with for years, and I will not leave it home. I don't care if I'm going to the next city over or if I'm going halfway around the world, this item is always coming with me. Now, this is a portable travel power strip. Now, if you type portable power strip on Amazon, you're gonna come up with so many options. This one is the one from NTON. I'll put the name right on the screen, NTONPOWER. And this was one of the more highly rated ones, but the reason I chose this one is because of the number of outlets that it has. It has 2 grounded outlets up at the top. You have another one on this side and another one on this side that are not grounded. So you have 4 AC plugs plus 2 USB-A and a USB-C, and a relatively small footprint there. This, you know, fits in the palm of your hand. It's a little bit chunky, but for me, this is worth the penalty in size and weight and carrying it, because this thing is just coming so useful. And especially as I travel with a lot of tech, I'm traveling with the DJI, I'm traveling with the GoPro, my cell phones, you know, all the things that need charging at the end of the day, your watches, and having extra outlets, especially if you're staying at some older accommodations. I tend to use a lot of Airbnbs, so this thing has come in handy more times than I can count. And I can tell you, I don't go anywhere without this. So I could, like I said, I can be literally going to the next city over and I'm still bringing this because I don't know the power situation once I get to my accommodation. Now, I know a lot of hotels have gotten a lot better with their outlet solutions, but again, I still found this very useful. So if you carry a lot of tech and you need a lot of plugs, definitely look into a power strip. Even if it's not this brand. Now, this one was like $20. Of course, I'm going to link it down in the description, and I've used this one for years. This one is also cruise ship approved, and I can vouch for this one. This one has been with me to Iceland, to South America. It's been with me to Asia. I've taken this pretty much anywhere here and even across the states. I just used it 3 weeks ago in Oklahoma City. I mean, this thing comes in handy. It's definitely worth its weight in gold. And most of them are all the same. You can easily wrap them around themselves to put it away. Again, you do have 4 feet of extension cord to extend, and then it just plugs right into itself there. And then you have the elastic band to keep it all together. Now, I definitely recommend you travel with the power strip, whether it be this one or any of the other awesome solutions on Amazon that you can find. Relatively cheap, 20 bucks, and I definitely think it's worth a spot in your travel setup. Now, the next item on my list is something that I've seen a ton of on the internet, especially on places like Instagram and TikTok. And truth be told, this is an item that I've added to my cart. I've taken out of my cart and I've re-added it to my cart, and I have it saved on my TikTok shop. This is the JustTap magnetic phone tripod from KraftGeek. Now, hold up, before you skip over this section and say, I'm not a content creator, I don't need a portable tripod in my travel setup. I would beg to differ. I think that we're all content creators. The only difference between some of us is who the audience we share our content with. I make stuff for YouTube and Instagram and TikTok here on the internet about travel stuff, and you may just take photos and stuff for yourself and for your family. But at the end of the day, we're all creating content, we're all taking photos and videos, and I think this is definitely worth a spot in your travel setup. Now, the only reason I withheld from buying this sooner is because I already owned a travel tripod. This is the one you've probably seen in some of my other videos. This is something that I've been using for content creation on the go. This is the one from Ulanzi. It's, you know, it's okay. It uses this clamping system here to put your phone in, which is also not my favorite. But my biggest gripe with this one is the way to get the actual tripod out. So I have to unscrew this thing, and then here where the pain settles in. I have to separate it and then lock it back down, all just to get the tripod out. Now this is where the JustTap magnetic phone tripod is actually superior. You can actually see the reason it's called JustTap is because you just tap it and then the tripod deploys itself. Super simple, quick and easy setup versus having to do this screw thing here and then screw it. I mean, this just makes it so much simpler. And the next best thing about it is that it is MagSafe compatible. It has a magnetic thing right on the top there for you to tap in your iPhone. So I am in the iPhone, I am in the MagSafe, you know, ecosystem, and this slaps right onto the front of this tripod. Now, the good thing about this tripod here is that it's super strong, so your phone is not gonna fly off here. But in addition to that, it has a swivel head and also the whole base swivels. Now, here's where I think that it will work for anybody. When I was younger, I did a lot of cities, traveling to big cities, a lot of urban exploring. But as I got older, I really appreciated our outdoor trips, taking hikes. And when you get out there, like when we were in Iceland, we would be out on a hike for 4 or 5 hours at a time in the middle of nowhere with nobody around and nobody to take a photo for us. So this is where I really learned the value of having a travel tripod. It's something that you can set up and easily take a photo of you and your loved ones without having the need of a third party to come and snap a photo for you. So this particular tripod also comes with a Bluetooth remote. So you can set this up, set it up in frame, take a picture of your loved ones and just press the remote and snap all the photos to your heart's desire. Now, in addition to being a tripod, I've also used it as for like a vlogging mode. You can use this as a vlogging stick. You can use this to mimic drone shots by extending it. Now, this thing can extend a full 66 inches, so you're gonna get a pretty wide shot with this one. And like I said, the MagSafe magnets, super strong, not gonna fall off. This tripod, I'm just, like I said, I'm really sad that I didn't pick this one up earlier. This is easily replaces Ulanzi in my travel setup. I just love the way that the tripod deploys. It's super simple, super easy for you to get that tripod leg out. Easily just pull the thing out to adjust. I mean, super quick, super simple. It doesn't take up a lot of space in your travel setup. Now, the only negative to this particular tripod is that it is MagSafe, right? So if you have a traditional camera, or if you're like me and I have a DJI Pocket 3, I can't really hook that one up here. Now, they do sell an accessory to hook those items up, and I'm definitely gonna be investing in the one for the DJI Pocket 3 because I do use that on a tripod quite a bit when I'm shooting my outdoor stuff. But like I mentioned, if you're not a content creator, I would consider traveling with a portable tripod anyway. And again, it being so small, if you're traveling with a backpack or a day pack, it'll easily fit into the water bottle pocket of most bags. It'll fit onto the inside. Now, this one is a little bit heavier than, like, say, my Ulanzi one, and that's because the materials are a lot better. And this magnetic, again, it is super strong. Don't have to worry about your phone falling off. So it does have a little bit of weight to it, more than something like this, but trust me, the features on this one, the bendable head here and the bendable neck, I mean, just way better, especially for me, somebody who's trying to be a content creator. This has definitely replaced this in my setup. And as soon as I get my attachment for the DJI Pocket 3, this thing is going to be gold. Now, this particular tripod is black, but it is going to be available in a few different colors. I think the retail price on this at the time of filming is going to be about $45, but you can find coupons to discounts even on the KraftGeek website. I think by signing up, you can get 10% off. But like I said, even if you're just a family person taking photos of your family out on vacation, definitely consider how you could use this, because I think it will add a lot of value to your own personal vacations, even if they are just family trips. Now, the next item on my list is something that I have not seen any other travel content creator talk about. Maybe this is just something specific to me, but hopefully you find some value in it. These are the Jimmie's travel sandal. As you can see, they easily fold up, but here they are. Now, they kind of market these as a sauna shoe, a shower shoe, and that's exactly what I've been using them for, as a shower shoe. But let's get into it here. Let's take a look at the Jimmie's footwear. Now, this travel sandal from Jimmie's Footwear is actually very simple. You have a super soft band, 2 of them. Now, they have a newer model that actually has a strip that goes around the back of the heel that makes it a little bit more so it gives you a little bit more support. It doesn't feel like they're gonna fly off. But these are the older model. I actually got an Instagram ad for these, and I am the perfect target. The Instagram nailed the algorithm because I do travel with a shower shoe. Now at the time, they were marketing these as a sauna shoe, a shower shoe, a gym shoe, and that's exactly what I was in the market for, especially something that packed down so thin, extremely lightweight. And because this was my previous setup right here, I was using these ones from Nike. Now these are super hard, super rigid, they don't have a lot of give, and they're pretty bulky to pack. They're a great shower shoe, they're actually pretty awesome, but compared to the Jimmie's footwear, I mean, look at these things, just literally pack down, take up less footprint than these guys all together. Now the Jimmie's footwear do run about $30 retail, but if you sign up for the newsletter and they run sales, and you can get quite a bit of discounts on them. I think out the door I only paid like $27, and after tax, title, and license. So they are kind of expensive, especially compared to something like a cheap thong style flip-flop that you can pick up for a couple of bucks. But some of the advantages to these are, of course, you have that softer band material instead of that piece of material going between your big toe there, wedging in between there. So you have these softer band materials there. They are better connection to your foot because you have two bands. And of course, the biggest selling point to me is them being able to fold up and pack away. Now they actually do come with their own carrying case they easily fit into, and it does have a carabiner on the outside, so you can easily pack these away, clip them to the outside of your gym bag. But the one negative I have about these shoes is I wish they had drain holes. Since they marketed them as a shower shoe, as you can see on my Nike one, it has the drain holes there. So I noticed that these maintain a little bit of moisture between your foot and the shoe. So if they're gonna be a shower shoe, I think with the addition of some vents, they would dry a little bit faster. But that's really my only gripe. They fit quite well. The band material is really soft, and overall they dry pretty quick. And then of course the biggest selling feature for me is the fact that they pack away. So whether it's a hotel, a hostel, even an Airbnb, I'm traveling with a shower shoe. Super lightweight, super packable, and for me, they definitely have earned their spot in my travel setup. Now I hope this definitely encourages you to travel with a shower shoe, whether you're using the Jimmie's footwear, a flip-flop, or your own Crocs. I've had to use Crocs in the pinch a few times. Definitely use a shower shoe. Don't pick up any weird foot funguses walking around in those yucky areas. Definitely worth a spot in your travel setup. Now this next item, I have seen a few content creators cover on YouTube, but honestly, it's such an awesome item. Not enough creators are talking about it. Now this is the travel belt from Arcade. So like I said, I've been traveling with this Arcade belt for about the last 5 years, and the biggest selling point on this belt is it's extremely lightweight. It contains no metal, but my favorite thing about it is it's got a little bit of elasticity, a little bit of stretchiness into it. So for those times where you need a little bit of extra stretch in your hips there, you're definitely going to be covered with the Arcade belt. Now it's made of this super soft material, kind of feels like a cotton webbing, like kind of one of those old cotton belts, those canvas belts the military use. But again, it's very durable, very stretchy. You have a little bit of branding there on the tag, but again, just a very nice belt. No metal hardware, so that means, you know, now I have TSA pre-check, but back in the day, you're not going to set up any metal detectors. I still welded this belt through when I go to concerts and different shows that have metal detectors, just so I don't get flagged for anything suspicious. Now this is an older style belt from Arcade. Now I believe they have a new buckle, but it's really thin, and it's, you know, this one is really thin. I think the newer one is just an improved design. This belt has lasted me a really long time. It's got some lint and some pilling across the belt in a few places, but overall really good shape and doesn't warrant me replacing it just quite yet. You even have a little strap keeper here to keep your excess dangle tucked away. And this belt is also fully adjustable, so you can dial it in perfect for you. You have a strap keeper here with a little bit of branding to hang on to the excess material. Pretty comfortable belt. It folds with you as you're bending. Now this one is just a simple black belt, but they're available in tons of colors. The price range is going to run you about $39 to $49 depending on which model you pick up. But again, I've had this one for about 5 years, and I can totally testify to its durability, its stretchiness, and its awesomeness. And my only gripe with this belt is that it is a little bit hard to adjust. It's very tight to adjust, but again, that's not something you're doing all the time, but just dialing it in that first time was a pain in the behind. But again, this is an older style belt with an older style buckle, so maybe the new ones are a lot smoother. Maybe I'll buy one just to check one out, but I've actually had no issues with my belt, and that's why I simply haven't replaced it. But if you're in the market for a travel belt, something lightweight, something adjustable, and especially if you want something with a little bit of give, definitely take a look at arcade belts. Now, the final item in my uncommon travel item list is going to be no surprise for some of my longtime viewers, because I literally talk about this on every video that I make, and it's going to be a flashlight. In particular, this one I'm talking about today is the X4 flashlight from Wuben. Now, flashlights are not only part of my travel setup, it is also part of my everyday carry. When I leave the house, there's always two things in my pocket. My left pocket is a pocket knife and my right pocket is a flashlight. So work days, casual days, every day, traveling, there's always some sort of flashlight. So Wuben did send out this particular X4 for me to test and review, but I actually like this light so much that I went ahead and purchased 4 more for some stocking stuffers for some friends of mine. Now, it does have a retail price of $65, but I've actually never seen it at full retail price. At the time when I picked mine up on Amazon, I was getting these for about $35, and at the time of filming, they are right now $50 on the Wuben website. But definitely check for sales, because I think you can find them cheaper. Again, I did purchase 4 of these on my own, and I got them for about $35 out the door. Now, this tiny little light actually packs quite a punch, and it has so many features that it's actually overwhelming to get into every single one. But let's try to go through some of my favorite features of this one. Now, the number one favorite feature for me is going to be the tactical light button at the end. Now, when you have this light flipped on, simply by tapping this button at the top, it will deploy the light. And if you double click it, it will deploy like a strobe. So super simple to hold the light, and you can easily flash it. I mean, quick access button for sure to deploy that light right there. Now, in addition to having the traditional light that comes out of the front, you have this kind of side lantern on the side. Now, you can adjust the brightness of the side lantern and also the main light with the dial that it has right here. And also, if you hold the main button, you can actually switch this to a full RGB light. So I use this quite a bit when walking my dogs, because if I switch it back into lantern mode, I can clip this to the front of my pants, and actually it will project a light outwards and kind of use this as a guide to walk my dogs at night. So it makes you visible for cars, and it also lights the path for you in darkness as well when you're walking on those sidewalks. But really cool feature there, especially how you can dial it down. Again, this makes it a great light for travel, because you can use the different modes. Now, this particular light, even though it's small, it still packs 1500 lumens of output. It is extremely bright, and it has a runtime of about 720 hours. And of course, that's going to be probably in your moonlight mode, so your lowest setting there. But again, in an emergency, having this, even the small amount of light with 720 hour runtime is fantastic. So one really neat feature of this little light too, besides being USB-C rechargeable, is that you can actually replace the chargeable battery itself. It has a door switch here. Now let me unlock it, and then you switch this guy down, and you actually can replace the entire rechargeable battery. So essentially, this light is gonna last you a long time. If the battery ever goes, you can simply buy a new rechargeable battery. So again, for the price point and the amount of features that this thing has, it's just incredible. Again, I really like the quick tactical deployment at the bottom. But it also has the magnetic base, so if you need to stick this to a side of the car, up in the hood of a car, comes in handy with the magnetic base. Now, the reason I chose the Wuben X4 in particular for my travel setup, it has an all metal body construction, so that makes it extremely impact resistant. It is also IP68 waterproof, so if you're out on that long hike, you get caught in a little bit of bad weather, you can trust that your flashlight is gonna hold up over all of that time. Now, I'll drop the link to the Wuben X4 down in the description. Even if you don't choose to travel with the Wuben X4 specifically, I highly recommend a flashlight in your travel setup, in your everyday carry setup. I've just come across so many scenarios. I've had to change a battery on the side of the road at night. The magnetic base came in handy having that. I actually use my Wuben G5 for that, but again, same magnetic base. Clip it to the side of your car if you have to change a tire. If you lose something, having that 1500 lumens of output is gonna outperform your crappy little cell phone light. So again, really useful. And if you don't already carry a flashlight, like I said, I don't care if you don't carry this one, definitely look into flashlights and add a little something to your carry setup in the form of a flashlight. So there you have it. These are 6 uncommon carry items that I found in my personal travel setup that bring me a lot of value. Now let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What do you think about the gear that I travel with? Is it just junk, or do you think it can earn a spot in your particular travel setup? But really, if you find or you know a way that I can optimize my carry setup, if you have a better solution, definitely recommend that product down in the comments. Again, I respond to every single comment. The goal of the channel is to always help you find the right gear for you. And hopefully I've done that today by recommending some awesome products. So whether you need a mobile tripod, a better packable travel hat, or just some better power solutions and light solutions, definitely take a look at the items. Again, everything's linked down in the descriptions. Some of these are going to be affiliate links, so if you want to support the channel, but no pressure. Don't buy crap you don't need. I'm not a salesman. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to talk travel gear, show you what I'm traveling with, and hopefully help your travel situation improve just a little bit more. Now, if you made it this far in this video, thank you so much for sticking around to the end. A special thank you to KraftGeek for sending the tripod, Wuben for the flashlight, and of course Getaway Hats out of Philly for sending these awesome packable hats. Now, if you liked today's video or if you found any value in today's video, definitely consider hitting like and subscribe, as that directly supports me and helps me grow my channel. Again, thank you so much for the support and watching today's video, but hopefully I can see you on my next review.